We all live in a natural system of continuous change, and for millennia, civilizations have faced this fact in different ways. Some have resisted it and developed whole philosophies, entire religions that have promoted ideas of permanence and stability, while others have accepted this state of flux and embraced it. Buddhism is one of the religions that has. And Peter Lanyon, who didn't know much about Buddhism, but through his knowledge of modern science, appreciated just how dynamic the natural system that we are all a part of is, also believed that if people are to live happily, they need to embrace this condition. So much so did he believe that he made movement a central theme of his mature work. And this piece, Field Landing, is a good example of that. It is one of Lanyon's gliding works. He had learned to fly gliders in 1959, and from then until his death in 1964, gliding was a source for many works. He experienced glider flight as a heightened example of the position that we are in, dependent on, subject to, and indivisibly a part of a natural system of powerful and ceaseless forces. In this case, the title refers to a term used in gliding for an emergency landing away from the home airfield. And to execute it, a pilot needs to quickly scan the terrain below to find an open area, normally a field, that would be safe to land on, and to identify some landmarks, typically a hill, perhaps a building, or places where there are marked changes of color. These landmarks help him orient the glider correctly in relation to the improvised landing strip. Having done all of that, the pilot then performs the landing maneuvers. When the aircraft is in the right position, he makes a banking turn to bring the aircraft into the final approach, pitches the nose down and flies towards the ground. And then just a couple of meters or so above the ground, raises the nose and lets the aircraft float at its natural rate of descent onto the grass. And if that's all done correctly, the glider lands smoothly. Now, this is evoked in this construction, Field Landing. The experience of scanning the terrain below for a place to land and finding landmarks is in the base itself, seen from above, with its distinct areas of black, white, and green, and two objects standing on top of it, presumably the landmark. The large red panel, with its chopped triangular shapes, seems to refer to the glider's wings, which the pilot constantly checks as he brings the aircraft into land. Then there is the small upright triangle of board attached to the base, which is painted a clear blue on one side, the sky, and is divided diagonally between black and white on the other, very like the tilted horizon seen by the pilot as he makes a banking turn. And last, on the back of the large red panel, the colours shade from blue to solid green, much as the pilot's forward field of vision is gradually drained of blue and filled with green as the glider pitches down towards the ground, and the blue of the sky is replaced by the green of the grass field onto which he is about to land. In this way, Field Landing evokes a process and a highly dynamic event, something that happens in time and which we experience as such looking at this work.